Commissioners' General Session meeting. Today is April 2nd, 2024. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Crawley.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, as a reminder, this is a public meeting and is being recorded. For those of you who are calling in, please ensure that you have your line muted. Thank you so much. Before we get started with our usual Tuesday agenda, I'm pleased to recognize that April is National County Government Month. Throughout the month, we'll be taking every opportunity to celebrate county government and highlight all of the things that we do this and every month to help serve and support every resident every day in Franklin County. Later this month, we can look forward to the release of our annual State of the County report. I think this might be our fourth State of the County report, maybe? Seventh? Well, pardon me. I was a little off there, but okay. Because I've been here 7 years. It doesn't seem like we've had it every year. I've been on the county 7 years, so I'm pretty sure we haven't had it every year. But okay, we'll see who's right. Tyler. Anyways, there are 3,069 counties in America, and every American. My glasses are so off today; it's really hard to read. Try this again. There are 3,069 counties in America, and every American lives in one of them. Though some places call them boroughs, parishes, or shires, counties own and maintain 45% of all American roads, 34% of its airports, and especially notable this week, 38% of bridges. There are also 1,592 county health departments across the nation, and every 2 years, counties fund and oversee nearly 100,000 polling places. There are also nearly 38,000 elected county commissioners. Really, I didn't know it was that many. Wow. And other officials in America, and 3.6 million county employees, all working to help keep local government running smoothly for our residents. We're glad to help celebrate them this April and looking forward to sharing more with you about how county government works and what county government is up to as the month goes on. I'll just add, too, that I've had the pleasure of serving in elected office at the local level as a city council member, in the state legislature, and even as a state-wide office holder, as state treasurer. And I really, there is no place like the county in terms of our ability to really meet the needs of the constituents that we serve. And that's what I really love about county government. When I got here just 7 years ago, I was overwhelmed by seeing the departments like Jobs and Family Services, Office of Aging, and many, many others really be on the front line of where our residents need them the most, and being a part of a system that works literally every day to ensure that, as my colleague to my right likes to say, ensure that our residents have the ability to not just survive, but thrive. And I love when she says that, because it's really a sincere and authentic, I think, value set of the county. Even before it was said so eloquent like she said it, I do see it every day. And for those of you who don't know what county government does, I encourage you to look on our website and learn a little bit about it. When I first ran Commissioner Crawley, people would say, well, what does a county commissioner do? You know, like, we don't really know, because it's not as, I think, mainstream as offices like the mayor or city council, or the sort of ones that you just see a lot. The county commissioner in the county is kind of over here, and it's part of the downtown. But there's so many parts that are part of your everyday quality of life. In fact, I would argue that it's the most thing that drives a lot of your quality of life. And so it's going to be fun highlighting county government. And I believe that county government, you probably know this from law school, but county government is the first form of government, first form of local government. Even before the state of Ohio was created, there were counties in Ohio that have a older establishment date. And so counties, to think about that, counties have been around longer than any other form of government. running local communities, and I think that's the true testament to what we do with the county. So anything you want to add, Commissioner Crawley?
Yeah, I will. Thank you, President Boyce. I just want to say, just to echo what Commissioner Boyce said about people not knowing what commissioners do, that happened when I was running for office in 2022, people were like, well, what do you do? And they still ask that. And so that's why I know we have had a concerted effort to really highlight all the work that we're doing for the people and more importantly, the resources that are available for nonprofits, for businesses, for our residents. And as I said in my Coffee and Convo with Crowley, like, use us up, right? Like, we are here, we work for you, we work for the people. We're excited when people come up to us and say, hey, that grant that you had for small businesses allowed us to keep our doors open or rehire people. We were able to expand our services and our programs for youth. Like, I that brings me joy. I know that brings my colleagues joy. And so we will continue to highlight all of the resources that are available for our community, but also the people that's behind all of the work, right? All of our county employees. The commissioner set the tone, we set the vision for the county, but it is really our employees and our staff that implement it and do the work, right? And so we cannot be and we cannot serve our residents as electeds if it wasn't for our employees and our staff. So I know for a long time we have kind of tried to fly under the radar and take a back seat and to the work that we do. And I think that's why the city is always, the city of Columbus for one, but there's many cities in Franklin County continue to be in the forefront. But when we think about just from a budget perspective, we have a larger budget, what we can do when I think about how you get to see government work for the people, and it doesn't have to be long and drawn out like we've seen at the state. It is definitely the local level. It is definitely at the county level. And they say all politics is local. I think this is a great gig that we have to be in these seats, very fortunate. And so excited about County Government Month and highlighting all the things that Franklin County and the commissioners and administration is doing for you all. It is definitely service, progress, and excellence every single day. So thank you.
Yep. Thank you so much. Well said. All right, we're going to keep this agenda moving right along. First is justice policy and programs.
Resolution number 25924, resolution authorizing a memorandum of understanding for the continuation of support for the Franklin County Municipal Court specialty dockets in the amount of $980,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Caitlin Ludy, Deputy Director of Justice Services for the Office of Justice Policy and Programs. Today, I am joined by the Honorable Judge Jody Thomas, who presides over two of the specialty dockets you're going to hear about today. So since 2019, the Office of Justice Policy and Programs has assumed administrative and programmatic oversight of the Board of Commissioners funding intended to continue the support of the 5 municipal specialty dockets certified by the Supreme Court of Ohio. These courts serve individuals with a history of substance use, survivors of human trafficking, residents with military and veteran service, and those with mental health diagnoses, some of the most vulnerable residents that we serve. The courts provide high-quality programming for high-risk, high-need individuals to divert them from incarceration and into evidence-based treatment programs in the community. I'm now going to invite the Honorable Judge Jody Thomas up for a few remarks, and upon their conclusion, we request your approval of this resolution.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. On behalf of the judges of the Franklin County Municipal Court, but more specifically the judges who preside over the specialized dockets, including Judge DeVarga, who presides over the Recovery Court, which is one of the 2 drug courts, which deals with everything but opiates, Judge Skinner, who presides over the MAVS Court, which stands for the Military and Veteran Service Program, Judge Russo, who presides over the LINK Court docket, which stands for Learning to Identify and Navigate Change, which is the Mental Health Court docket, and myself, and I preside over the HEART program, which stands for Helping Achieve Recovery Together, which is the Opiate-Specific Drug Court, and the CATCH program, which stands for, in our new acronym, Creating Autonomy Through Collaborative Healing, which is the Human Trafficking Survivor docket. We want to thank you not only for your continuous financial support, which helps keep the specialized dockets running, but for recognizing the value that these programs bring to the citizens of Franklin County. I have personally been involved with these dockets since their inception as early as 2004, and I have never been more proud of what we are accomplishing inside these courtrooms with the participants. Specialized dockets are certified by the Supreme Court of Ohio and undergo regular review to ensure they align with the ever-evolving best practices and, most importantly, the needs of the community. Our teams work hard to receive this certification and have been recognized as model programs to be viewed by other courts around the state and country. The Franklin County Municipal Court works collectively with all of its justice partners, justice and community partners, to support the participants and address the issues that brought them into the justice system. This community is blessed with a wealth of recovery resources. These funds support critical staff to link these services with those who need the most support. This investment not only impacts the lives of those engaged with the specialized dockets, but also the communities where they live. These programs strive to assist the whole person and their families. By providing this holistic support around education, employment, medical, and housing needs, the impact ripples through their families and communities. The dockets have evolved to truly use jail as a last resort. We recognize that incarceration is not a feasible or even effective approach to noncompliance. When we do have to interface with the jail, our staff has a great rapport with them to facilitate smooth releases when working to transition participants to treatment or safe housing. This is so crucial in those beginning days of their recovery. We appreciate your continued support, as without it, these programs would not be possible. We are saving lives. Thank you for this opportunity to speak today.
Thank you, Judge, and thank you for this work too. I mean, we've had over the last few years with the building of our new jail institution, we've had a lot of discussion about diversion and crisis and crisis management and the best way to facilitate and accommodate the needs of someone going through a scenario or situation. And so this is exactly that kind of partnership and the right type of investment that supports not just creating more jail cells, but creating more opportunities to help people come out of the crisis and have a successful life. So, DCA Bivens, you were.
Yeah, wait, go ahead.
Just good morning, everyone. Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services. Thank you, Commissioner Boyce. One of the things that I would like to see is, as we all know about the Poverty Blueprint Plan, which is our North Star, more alignment from our perspective on how we can be more intrinsic on the wraparound. I think many times some folks, we get called into just providing the services, but since we're being more intentional about alignment and tracking folks, if we could get some time with each of the judges so that they're familiar with the plan going forward, that would be fantastic.
Yes.
And then we can really collectively work together.
Absolutely. We would definitely welcome those conversations.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, great comments, DCA. Commissioner Carley, Jeff?
Yeah, thank you, President Boyce. Thank you, Judge, for being here. Thank you for all that you do in this space. I was first introduced to specialty dockets, I don't know, like 16 years ago with a drug court docket when I was down in Atlanta, and then when I came here and was in law school with our veterans docket. And I see how they are transformational and they can change lives when you see individuals as individuals in understanding the complex issues that brought them in front of your bench. And so I would just echo DCA Bivens' point about just wraparound services. I see how that always can be helpful. I know that you all work with a lot of community partners to support our residents who come before you, but also there are resources that we can also provide and then just maintain and track them, and not just track them for data purposes, but making sure that they can be self-sufficient and continue on a successful journey. Would love to see that. But again, I just really wanted to say thank you for your work here. And I know that we continue, or the courts continue to create new specialty dockets,
Yes.
and I think they're definitely necessary, so thank you.
Thank you so much.
Any more thoughts or questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry.
If there are no additional comments, I move to approve Resolution 25924.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 25924 has been adopted.
Thank you. All right,
Thank you. Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 26024, Resolution authorizing the transfer of real property to the City of Columbus for the maintenance of right-of-way along Fisher Road, County Road Number 22, Franklin County, Ohio.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Brad Foster, Franklin County Engineer. Commissioners, the first resolution seeks to transfer property to the City of Columbus for the maintenance of right-of-way along Fisher Road. The Fisher Road project is in the vicinity of the Franklin County Correction Center. The required acquisition of land in order to complete the construction project. The land that was acquired by the county for this construction is now being transferred over to the City of Columbus for future maintenance. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 26024.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 26024 has been adopted.
Great, thank you. Next is the engineer. We have a public hearing on the resolution 261-24. Can the clerk please read the public hearing?
Establishing, altering, and widening of Norton Road, County Road Number 3, and Owen Street, Township Road Number 1582, Prairie Township, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed, engineer to file plans as necessary.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to open up the public hearing for this resolution. Is there anyone here in the audience who would like to speak at this public hearing? Okay, seeing that there are none, I'd like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 26124, establishing, altering, and widening of Norton Road, County Road Number 3, and Owen Street, Township Road Number 1582, Prairie Township, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed, engineer to file plans as necessary.
Commissioners, the next three resolutions are very similar. All the declared necessary and the view dates will be the same. On February 27, 2024, the board adopted a resolution declaring necessary Norton Road and Owen Street. And on March 26, 2024, the Board of Commissioners viewed said improvement. The resolution authorizes the engineer to prepare plans necessary for the construction of the project and represents the second step in the legislative process. Located in western Franklin County and Prairie Township, the project is funded by ODOT, Safe Routes to School dollars, and seeks to implement pedestrian hybrid beacons on Norton Road at Owen Street, sidewalks on Owen Street, and crosswalk striping and curb and drainage work. The project will help improve pedestrian safety at Prairie Norton Elementary and Norton Middle School in the Southwestern City School District. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 26124.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 26124 has been adopted.
Oh,
We have another public hearing, Mr. President.
all right. We have a public hearing for the resolution 262-24. Can the clerk please read the public hearing?
Establishing, altering, and widening of Amesbury Way, Township Road Number 1874, and Schoolhouse Lane, Township Road Number 1932, Prairie Township, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed, engineer to file plans as necessary.
I'd like to open up the public hearing for this resolution. Is there anyone here in the audience who would like to speak at this public hearing? Okay, seeing that there are none, I'd like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 26224, establishing, altering, and widening of Amesbury Way, Township Road Number 1874, and Schoolhouse Lane, Township Road Number 1932, Prairie Township, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed, engineer to file plans as necessary.
Commissioners, this resolution authorizes the engineer to prepare plans as necessary for the construction of this project. The project is located in western Franklin County and Prairie Township. The project is funded by ODOT Safe Routes to School dollars and seeks to implement a speed table, rectangular rapid flashing beacons, sidewalks, ADA curb ramps, and crosswalk striping on Amesbury Way and Schoolhouse Lane. The project will help improve pedestrian safety at Prairie Lincoln Elementary School and the Southwestern City School District. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 26224.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 26224 has been adopted.
Okay. We have a public hearing for the resolution 263-24. Can the clerk please read the public hearing?
establishing, altering, and widening of Charing Cross Street, Prairie Township, and City of Columbus, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed. Engineer will file plans as necessary.
I'd like to open up the public hearing for this resolution. Is there anyone here in the audience who'd like to speak at this public hearing? Seeing that there are none, I'd like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 26324, establishing, altering, and widening of Charing Cross Street, Prairie Township, and City of Columbus, Franklin County, Ohio, viewed. Engineer to file plans as necessary.
Commissioners, this resolution authorizes the engineer to prepare plans as necessary for the construction of this project. The project is also located in western Franklin County and Prairie Township. The project is funded by ODOT Safe Routes to School dollars and seeks to make sidewalk connections from the existing sidewalk that currently terminates at the school property line. The project will help improve pedestrian safety at Darby Woods Elementary School along with Westland High School in the Southwestern City School District. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 26324.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 26324 has been adopted. Resolution number 26424, resolution granting approval to declare equipment obsolete and no longer needed for Franklin County use and authorizing sale of said equipment.
Commissioners, this resolution seeks authorization to declare equipment obsolete and authorizes the sale or proper disposal of identified equipment. We will allow political subdivisions a designated period of time to bid and purchase those items before offering for public auction. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 26424.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 26424 has been adopted. Resolution number 26524, plans approved for the rehabilitation of the structures on Trayview Road, 10.77 over Scioto River, and 10.89 over Scioto Point Drive, Norwich Township and Perry Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, this next resolution authorizes plan approval for the reconstruction of two structures on Trayview Road over the Scioto River and over Scioto Point Drive. The project is funded by Morpsey Attributable, OPWC, and local major bridge program dollars. It is also located in western Franklin County and the City of Columbus. It seeks to widen Trayview Road between Lakeshore Drive and Riverside Drive. Active transportation elements will be added, including a sidewalk on the south side of Trayview Road and a shared use path on the north side. Street lighting will also be part of this project. Construction is scheduled to begin in 2024. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 26524.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 26524 has been adopted. Resolution number 26624, resolution requesting the Ohio Department of Transportation to reduce the speed limit on Federal Road, County Road number 22, Prairie Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, our final resolution seeks authorization to request the Ohio Department of Transportation to investigate the speed limit on Federal Road from Alton and Darby Creek Road to Hilliard and Rome Road. ODOT will review Franklin County study and determine a safe speed. The study was conducted by Franklin County Engineers and determined that the speed limit reduction from 45 to 40 would be appropriate. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 26624.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 26624 has been adopted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Sheriff.
Resolution number 26724, resolution authorizing an agreement between the Franklin County Sheriff's Office and the Aladdin Shrine Center for the use of their facilities for a graduation ceremony in the amount of $1,120.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Albert Smith, Assistant Finance Director for the Sheriff's Office. This resolution approves an agreement with Aladdin Shrine Center for facility rental. The Sheriff's Office will hold a graduation ceremony for our Corrections Academy of 38 employees. The graduation ceremony will take place on April 4th, and the cost of the facility will not exceed $1,120. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 26724.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 26724 has been adopted. Resolution number 26824, Resolution authorizing an addendum to the Jail Management System Implementation, License, and Maintenance Agreement with Intelitech Corporation in the amount of $565,135.
Commissioners, our last resolution approves a contract addendum with Intelitech Corporations for continued maintenance of our jail management system. This agreement will be in effect until December 31st of 2028. The cost of this maintenance will be $113,027 per year, and the contract addendum will not exceed $565,135. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 268-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 268-24 has been adopted.
Thank you. Office of
Thank you,
Aging.
Commissioners.
Yep, Office of Aging.
Resolution number 269-24, resolution authorizing 43 grant agreements with various nonprofit organizations that will provide services and programming in order to promote and support access to the social determinants of health for seniors in Franklin County in the amount of $3,693,001.20.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Larice Cohens, Chief Financial Officer for the Office on Aging. Today, we have the honor and privilege of two guests with us, Mr. Taylor Reed, Executive Director of Charitable Pharmacy, and Charles Gehring, President and CEO of Life Care Alliance, who will speak briefly momentarily. Every year, the Franklin County Office on Aging receives funding to provide specialized services to older adults so they can optimize their ability to live and function in the community. For the 2023 through 2027 levy cycle, FCOA has aligned how it awards grant agencies in order to ensure they fund projects that result in healthy outcomes by touching one or more domains in the social determinants of health. FCOA solicited grant proposals from various Franklin County nonprofit organizations to fund expanded or innovative programming and services that will enhance a senior's quality of life. FCO received 43 grant agreements that focus on all 5 social determinants of health domains, and the breakdown is as follows. For economic stability, grantees will receive $704,756.12. This will fund 8 projects. For social, community, and contacts, grantees will receive a total of $1,202,947.32. This will fund 17 projects. For education access and quality, grantees will receive a total of $37,891.98. Right now, this is funding 1 project. You will hear from us later at a later session to do the second project. Healthcare access and quality will receive $1,4814,000.73 to fund 12 projects. And last but not least, neighborhood and built environment grantees will receive $346,591.05. This will fund 5 projects. Franklin County Office on Aging wishes an authorization of these 43 grant agreements with various county nonprofit organizations to provide senior services and programming in a total dollar amount of $3,693,001.20 for the calendar year 2024. This resolution also supports goal number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9 of the Franklin County Rise Together Blueprint. Today, our two guests, first will be Mr. Taylor Reed from Charitable Pharmacy, and secondly will be Charles Gehring from President and CEO of Life Care Alliance to talk about how these grants help the senior residents of Franklin County, Ohio.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administrators. Thank you, Larice, for the introduction and for all of your support of the Charitable Pharmacy and how our mission of providing medicine and services for our neighbors is able to support seniors here in the Franklin County community. Seniors have so many needs, and among them are health concerns, both to access their medicines, which tend to be very expensive. Charitable Pharmacy is able to meet that, but we're able to stretch beyond medicine by providing the education, empowerment, and support that those seniors need to know how to use their medicines effectively, how to eat and exercise and have a vibrant, full life, but also to then achieve the most from their health so that they have that vibrant, full life. When I think about the makeup of our patient base, 60% of our patients are over 60 years old. And that makes sense when we think about who in our community might need medicine, might be afflicted with chronic disease states, and be looking to thrive in a more vital way. And our partnership with the Office on Aging has been a vital part of advancing care for those individuals, being able to provide the support that they need and the medicines they need for their health. Our partnership has gone beyond, with the department, has gone beyond just providing medicine and referrals, receiving referrals of those seniors, but actually connecting with each of the case managers that onboards through the department, touring them at the pharmacy and helping answer their questions so that on the front lines, the case managers who are engaging with the seniors directly as they call in can listen for signs that maybe somebody's not adherent to their medicine, taking it every other day, not achieving all that they need, or their medicine's not working for them, and get them routed into the charitable pharmacy, get one of our pharmacists on their care team, and provide the care that that senior deserves in order to thrive. We thank you for your support. It is with your support that we're able to support every resident every day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. I have lived my entire life in Franklin County, believe it or not. And that's more than 29 years. But I have never been, okay, you're laughing now, that's okay. But I have never been more proud of my county than I have the last 4 years, as we went through COVID and now have rebuilt following COVID. I noticed your remarks at the start of the session this morning that you talked to other people around the country. Just so you know, we are probably the only major metropolitan area in the top 100 markets in the United States that still has no waiting lists and accepts everybody into their meals program, which we run here in Central Ohio. That's a big deal. Today, our grants come from congregate dining and transportation because our folks can't get around very well, so we take them not only to our congregate dining centers, but to many medical appointments that they need. Our wellness centers, which are 10 of them in Franklin County, which support people and take care of them, and our senior farmers market program, which this summer will again distribute fresh produce. This is not for our Meals on Wheels. That comes from other areas. But I would tell you that our folks can't get to the store right now. And when they do get to the store, they can't afford to buy anything at the store. So our services are more critical than ever. I spoke with a board chair of an agency similar to ours in a large California city not long ago. They just raised a whole lot of money to rebuild their facility. They have 3,000 people on a wait list. And if you are in Cincinnati, Toledo, or Cleveland today, you have a minimum of 1,500 people ahead of you to get senior services like meals and transportation. That is sad, but we do not have that problem here in Franklin County because you have supported this program for years and years, and we've made it work. So I can't thank you enough, and we appreciate all you do to help out the citizens of Franklin County, including me.
Well, I'll just add to your comments, thank you. Thank you for being partners with us, to both of you. At the end of the day, we're all in this together. And you're right about the last few years and going through COVID. That was an experience that we as a county had never, and most of us have not experienced a pandemic that was of the nature it was. And I think, if anything, it did test our mettle. It did show what we were made of, and I think we passed. That being said, Franklin County is a great place to live, work, and raise a family, but we've got work to do. We've got to continue to build the environment so that everyone has an opportunity to be successful in their own families, in their own communities, in their own lives, and that's really what you represent. I can remember when my grandmother utilized both of your services, and it was critical. It was critical to not just her quality of life, but ours as a family, ensuring that she had the resources that she had. And it was almost, I remember this very much, because it was almost like we had an extended family of people who were helping us take care of our loved one in a way that they deserve to be taken care of. And so, again, I just want to thank you for your work. And I know COVID made us stronger, not weaker. And, as a community, Central Ohio is even better today than we were before the pandemic. And we'll work to be the best we can be all around. So thank you for being our partners in this journey.
If I may.
Commissioner Crawley, please.
Yeah, thank you, President Boyce. Thank you for what you do for our residents every day. My first gig volunteering long time ago was with Meals on Wheels. And so I got to see, make relationships with people that you see all the time as you're delivering food, but also sometimes the conditions in which they're living and the other needs that they have. And so to have a county where we are supportive of this organization where there is no wait list, when we know that the cost of food is astronomical, when the cost of medication, even if for aging residents who have their prescriptions supplemented but still have to come out of pocket, can be a challenge for people where they're still trying to figure out how to keep a roof over their head, water running and the lights on, or pay their property taxes, or living in housing that's unaffordable. And so all of these little things that, I won't say little, but these resolutions that come by past us, and for some people it's like, oh, this is a drop in the bucket, the need is so great. We understand that, but we know that every little bit counts, and that our contribution and our investment in collaboration with other partners just makes a world of difference for our residents. But again, as I always say, we can't do what we need to do for our residents if it wasn't for partners like you who have a commitment to serving our residents. So thank you, and happy to support this resolution.
Absolutely. Yes, please. DCA Bivens.
Thank you so much for your advocacy, your work, and all the things that you do for our seniors. I just want to make mention, and Larissa is going to correct me for the viewers, by the year 2030, we will have more seniors than we have kindergartners. So this work increases. So that shows that there's going to be a demand here, but I'm sure the partnership from the commissioners will always be unwavering. And the reason why I bring that up is, are you still looking for volunteers for Meals on Wheels?
Oh, gosh, yes.
Okay, can you let our audience, our viewers, know how we can get in contact with you to get linked up with, because we have folks watching too.
Yes. If they want to volunteer, they can just go to lifecarealliance.org and click on volunteering, or they can call our main number, which is 614-278-3130, and they can volunteer. But many of the organizations who you're approving grants for today need more volunteers, and we're kind of desperate right now because a lot of people, when they went home, they're not back in the office yet. We had a lot of companies volunteering for us, as Taylor does, and it's just, it's difficult to find them nowadays, so we've got to continue that. And we probably, I'm very proud to say, we probably have the highest volunteer rate in the country, percentage-wise of meals delivered, so we're working at it, but we always need more. lifecarealliance.org.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. If there are no additional comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 26924.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 26924 has been adopted. Resolution number 27024. Resolution authorizing an extension agreement with The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center Department of Emergency Medicine for case management services.
Good morning again. The second resolution seeks the authorization of the extension agreement with the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center Department of Emergency Medicine for case management. Every year, 10 to 15% of older Americans suffer from elder mistreatment. However, we, 1, lack evidence-based interventions for abuse prevention and medical personnel consistently, 2, underdetect, and 3, underreport elder abuse and neglect. Prior research into identification of elder mistreatment and injuries radiologically have focused on legally arbitrated or deadly cases, which are the minority of elder mistreatment injuries and may provide a skewed sample. To address all three of these problems, the Office on Aging piloted a simple, low-cost solution for prevention, detection, and reporting elder abuse in medical settings. The Hospital Office on Aging Partnership for Elder Mistreatment Prevention, or HOPE. HOPE embeds Office on Aging case managers into the hospital to provide immediate assessment and enrollment of older adults into the community services. This is for prevention. The aging case manager, and will also soon include adult protective services case managers, were able to do full intake evaluations in the hospital setting. We also have partnership with OSU Injury Biomechanics Research Center to evaluate trauma injury data on older adults with suspicion of mistreatment. The Franklin County Office on Aging entered into agreement with OSU Wexner Medical Center Department of Emergency Medicine East Hospital on April 11, 2023, under the resolution number 0291-23 for the provision of a pilot case management services program. This pilot placed 2 case managers from the Bridge team on site at the hospital to provide case management services, aging services, and assist with screening for home needs and elder abuse. The case managers not only assess older adults in the emergency room for the current home situation, but they were able to provide access to resources and for abuse or neglect risk. This pilot unveiled that 85% of people who initially met with the case managers had not been previously engaged with the Office on Aging for services. So, to allow to continue for better care coordination between inpatient and outpatient services, as well as improve access to programs for older adults with medical needs, the Franklin County Office on Aging wishes the authorization of this extension agreement with OSU Wexner Medical Center of Department of Emergency Medicine for case management services from April 11th, 2024 through April 10th, 2025, with the option of 1-year extension remaining. This resolution supports goal number 9 of the Franklin County Rise Together Blueprint. Pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 270-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 270-24 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Justice Policy and Programs?
Resolution number 271-24, resolution authorizing professional service contract agreements with Deborah Nutter and Esteban Barrera for peer support and case management services for residents served via Safer Station in the amount of $51,000.
Good morning again. Caitlin Looney, Deputy Director of Justice Services with the Office of Justice Policy and Programs. The Safer Station program is led by Franklin County employee Morgan Brown, who joined me in the audience today. Wave, Morgan. Safer Station operates on the west side of Columbus and provides harm reduction education, linkage to substance use treatment, and deflection opportunities for local law enforcement, first responders, and parole and probation teams. In 2023, the team attended over 100 outreach events, had 700 walk-ins for service, and distributed 2,200 naloxone kits. They also made 70 linkages to substance use treatment. Every Friday, they open their doors to the community to have conversation, a warm meal, and peer support, seeing anywhere from 20 to 40 community members come in for that fellowship. The SAFER team has goals to increase their outreach and engagement in 2024 and is therefore requesting the approval of these contracts with Ms. Deborah Nutter and Mr. Esteban Barrera. They will provide peer support, case management, and outreach services at our SAFER Station location and throughout the community, with contract terms ending in September of this year. They both bring a wealth of information and knowledge, lived experience to the team. This resolution supports goal number 2 of the Rise Together Blueprint Plan, and we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 271-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 271-24 has been adopted. Resolution number 272-24, resolution authorizing a professional service contract agreement with Evan Rooney for peer support services for residents served through the Franklin County Pre-Release Medication-Assisted Treatment Program in the amount of $35,000.
Mr. Evan Rooney is a certified peer supporter and community health worker who, upon approval of a contract, will provide services for our medication-assisted treatment program operating in the Franklin County Jail. Mr. Rooney will screen individuals with a history of substance use for eligibility to receive treatment while incarcerated, and then provide pre- and post-release peer support and case management services. Peer supporters play a critical role in providing continuity of care for those in the program, providing follow-up in the community, and ensuring linkage to ongoing treatment to reduce their likelihood of overdose and recidivism. The contract period for Mr. Rooney is March 15th, 2024 through December 31st of this year, and this resolution also supports goal number 2 of the Rise Together Blueprint Plan. We request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 272-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 272-24 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Human Resources.
Resolution number 273-24, resolution approving a contract agreement with Raising the Bar Performance Group for racial equity and related training and management consulting and coaching services in the amount of $469,750.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Laura Rapaski, Director of Franklin County Human Resources. I'm joined by Perla Martinez, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer for the Franklin County Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Courtney Kerrigan, CEO of Raising the Bar Performance Group, is with us today virtually and is available to answer any questions you may have regarding this resolution. This resolution seeks approval of a contract with Raising the Bar Performance Group on behalf of Human Resources and the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion in an amount not to exceed $469,750 for the provision of consultant services related to racial equity and related training and management consulting and coaching services. These services can reflect your continued commitment to racial equity as a core principle of the Board of Commissioners and your ongoing support of employees' professional development and growth. Under the proposed agreement, Raising the Bar Performance Group will provide more than 85 training sessions to approximately 1,300 Board of Commissioner employees on topics ranging from implicit bias to a culture of humility and organizational culture. Additionally, Raising the Bar Performance Group will provide strategic advising and coaching, as well as project planning and development services to ODEI, HR, county administration, and our Board of Commissioner agencies. The contract is for the term of April 2024 through December 31st of 2025. And pending any comments or questions, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 273-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 273-24 has been adopted.
Thank you. I'll turn it to Jody for our next resolution.
Resolution number 274-24, resolution authorizing a contract with Columbus Running Company LLC for event management services for the Franklin County Cooperative Health Improvement Program in the amount of $43,800.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Jody Lease, Assistant Director of HR over Benefits and Wellness. Columbus Running Company was initially contracted for event management services for the 2019 Franklin County 5K and Thrive On Challenge, and they've managed every race since then. This contract secures their services for the 2024, 2025, and 2026 races. Contracted services include everything from managing the race registration website to procuring site permits and race day safety services. The term of this contract is June 1st, 2024 through May 31st of 2027 with a not to exceed amount of $43,800. Pending any questions, I respectfully request approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 274-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 274-24 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Purchasing.
Resolution number 275-24, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $7,052,405.65.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Balanier, Director of Purchasing, and I'm joined this morning by Tamika Bumper, Economic Equity Administrator for the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. This resolution would request your approval of 103 purchase orders for which the County Auditor has pre-certified available funding, and I'll turn it over to Tamika for the supplier diversity data.
Good morning.
Good morning.
13 of the purchase orders being presented today are being awarded to small emerging businesses, totaling $196,695.19. 2% are being awarded to minority-owned businesses, 4% to small businesses, and 7% to women-owned businesses. Once these are approved, 5 agencies have provided equitable and inclusive opportunities for small businesses this week. These agencies include the Clerk of Courts, Court of Common Pleas, Engineer's Office, Public Facilities Management, and the Sheriff's Office. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 275-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 275-24 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 276-24, resolution adopting the disposal of county-owned personal property policy.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy County Administrator. The Ohio Revised Code provides the Board of Commissioners with the authority to sell, donate, and dispose of all county-owned personal property that is not needed for public use, is obsolete, or unfit for the purpose for which it was acquired. This policy sets forth a comprehensive process on all of the items in terms of how best to dispose of those items and goods, and provides guidance to county staff on how to move forward. The policy itself will be renewed annually by the county administrator, and this resolution provides authority to update, consistent with this resolution, that policy going forward. The resolution also provides the county administrator the ability to implement the policy as it relates to the authority to dispose of those types of personal county property, and the clerk will hold all of that information so that we keep track of all of the materials going forward, what has been disposed of, sold, donated, et cetera, per the policy. I want to thank the prosecuting attorney's office, who has provided extensive review of this policy to make sure that we are comprehensive going forward. And Adam Frumkin with the data center and Juan Torres, our CIO, have been intimately involved. This is certainly beyond IT, but IT is a big part of the disposal process and providing guidance how best to go forward. The last thing I wanted to add as well, this takes direction, Commissioners, from the three of you as well, in terms of the donation policy and making sure that we're not picking winners or losers. We're opening it up broadly to those who are available to partake in some of the property that is ready to be disposed of appropriately. So if there are any comments, we'd be happy to answer them, both from the IT side and the legal side. And if there are no comments, we would request approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 276-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 276-24 has been adopted.
Great. That concludes our regular agenda. Are there any generalizations?
There are not.
All right. If there's no further business, that concludes our meeting. Thank you.
Happy Tuesday. You already cut me off.
I did it.
Hey, I got it.
I waited.